Hi. How life can change in a heartbeat. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over the age of 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. Okay, hi guys. I have to apologise because you've not seen me for a while, and I wanted to come on just to quickly explain why and to say one or two other things. First of all, our daughter Charlotte, has now been in hospital for 2 weeks. She was taken into hospital 2 weeks ago with a what they thought was a throat infection, and they are still investigating as to what is causing this infection. So she has a very strong infection, which they're trying to A, find out what it is, and B, trying to treat it. Now, the actual hospital itself is possibly about a 1.5 to 2 hour drive away, depending on the traffic. So obviously there and back, that takes a whole big chunk out of your day, and obviously time has been sparse. So unfortunately I've not been able to come and talk to you, and I have missed you. Somebody on the Facebook group said, don't worry, your YouTube family will wait for you. And I was thinking about that afterwards, and it really does feel like that. It feels like, I've heard other people say that, and I think it's just like a YouTube family, but it actually does feel like that. And so I wanted to come and say hi and keep you up to date on what's happening. But something interesting, I talk about lots of things on this channel about how to help us to raise our happiness levels. But the thing is, these things I talk about don't just help you to raise your happiness levels. They help you in tough times too. And I'll give you an example. I had reason to take the VIA survey myself again recently. So I've taken it about 4 times, the first time in 2010 and twice in between then and now. And each time I've had a specific top 5. This time I took it and my top 5 have changed. So I now have appreciation of beauty at the top. And coming in at second is perspective, which is totally new, then love of learning, then creativity, and then honesty, with curiosity coming in at number 6. I haven't got the original, the last one I took, but love of learning, curiosity, honesty, all of those things were in the top 5. So my strengths have changed. And I was thinking, on one of the trips across to see my daughter, what do I need now is the question I had to stop and ask myself. How am I going to deal with that, and what do I need to help me? And thinking about these strengths, top one, appreciation of beauty. So how do you put that into action when something like this happens, where you are thrown into turmoil? Well, as it happens, the journey across to the hospital is over moorland. A good part of the journey, we're very high up and we go over moorland, and that's where the weather is usually the worst. In the wintertime, and very often the roads around there get closed, but the motorway itself has been open, thankfully, and covered with a light dusting of snow, and it is absolutely stunning to drive through this moorland. And what started to happen is, on my way there, when I consciously look around me and take in that beautiful picture of nature, it gives me hope. I can't explain why nature does that, but it does. It gives me hope. And coming back, if we're coming back in the daylight, coming through this beautiful scenery, relaxes me and kind of lets me know that actually all is well with the world. I know that might sound strange, but so because of that, then I start to look at my other strengths and think, how can I use the other strengths to help me through this? And this is what I'm saying to you today. This is what I want to say to you today. Go back to your top strengths and have a look at them. Even put them to good use when you're achieving the goals that we've been talking about. Ask yourself, okay, how can I use these top 5 strengths to help me achieve what I want to achieve? Excuse me. And when you start to put them into practice like that, and then something awful happens, which I sincerely hope it doesn't, but then something happens to you that you need to work through, again look at them and think, so how can I use those 5 strengths, top 5 strengths, to help me through this? So love of learning, well, of course, straight away, although I don't tend to get onto Google and start, and I strongly advise that you don't do it either, to start looking for what might be causing something. But if the doctor tells me something definite, then I will go and research and have a look to see what I can find. But just browsing the internet to see what might be wrong, what could be wrong, or what symptoms and so on, I don't do. And as I say, I strongly advise you don't do if ever you find yourself in that kind of situation. But obviously, once you're told something definite, then you can start to learn all about it, because I do think that knowledge is power in this respect. The same, I guess, with curiosity, but perspective. Let me just read perspective to you. Often called wisdom. It's the ability to take stock of life in the bigger picture. It's the product of knowledge and experiences, but it's more than the accumulation of information. Perspective is the coordination of this information and its deliberate use to improve well-being. And perspective is up there at number 2 for me. And so I'm really putting that to good use too. Okay, so I know it's a quick visit this, but I wanted to A, tell you what's happened and why I haven't been here. B, ask you to be patient with me, because I'm not sure when I'm going to be available to talk to you, although I have missed you, and it does make me feel better talking to you. I love talking to you, know that, and I love reading your comments, and so it really is helping me today. I'll keep you informed of what happens with Charlotte, but take away from this, please, that your strengths are not just, we didn't just do that to, help you to increase your happiness levels, but I wanted to tell you that using them can also help you to achieve what you want to achieve and get you through the tough times. Okay, I appreciate you being here. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit the bell so that you know when my next video will come up. And in the meantime, stay well yourselves, and remember that on the Happy Stuff and Fluff channel, we are getting happy and growing younger. I'll speak to you soon.